Princess Aurelia stood on the high balcony of the Golden Palace, her silhouette framed against a sky of burning orange. Below her, the kingdom of shimmering gold stretched to the horizon. Every petal of every flower, every leaf on the trees, and even the cobblestones beneath the citizens' feet reflected the immense wealth of her realm. It was a world of blinding light and cold riches. She smoothed the fine silk of her dress, a habit of royalty, but her heart was not in the palace. Her eyes remained fixed on the far horizon, where the golden light died. There lay the dark, silent edge of the moonlit forest, a place of mystery that her father's laws forbade. To the world, she was the jewel of the kingdom, but to herself, she was merely a prisoner in a cage of gold, waiting for a spark of something real. The weight of the kingdom felt unbearable. With a sudden surge of courage, Aurelia stepped off the palace grounds. She reached up and pulled the heavy, diamond-encrusted crown from her head, tossing it into the tall grass without a second thought. As she entered the moonlit forest, the oppressive gold vanished, replaced by a soothing silver glow. The air was cool and smelled of damp moss and magic. Suddenly, a tiny, glowing light spiraled down from the ancient canopy, dancing before her eyes. It was Luna, a fairy with wings that looked like they were woven from pure starlight. "Hello, Princess," Luna whispered, her voice like the chime of silver bells. Aurelia reached out, her hand trembling with a mix of fear and wonder. "Hello," she replied. For the first time in years, her voice did not shake with the burden of her title. It was steady, clear, and filled with newfound hope. They spent hours beneath the ancient moon tree, watching waterfalls that glowed like liquid diamonds. Luna mimicked the hoot of a wise owl, and Aurelia laughed, a sound so bright and genuine it would have been foreign in the marble halls of her home. But shadows were watching. The next morning, Lord Midas paced the royal treasury. He was a man consumed by the shine of coin. When he saw Aurelia returning from the woods with a glow in her eyes that gold could not buy, his knuckles turned white around his staff. A magical creature, he hissed to himself, his mind twisting with envy. Such a being must hoard treasures far greater than ours. Driven by a dark ambition to possess the fairy's secrets, Midas hatched a plan. That afternoon, the kingdom's greatest treasure, the golden star jewel, vanished from its pedestal. Midas stood before the king, his finger trembling with false outrage as he pointed toward the forest. "The fairy has stolen our pride!" The drums of the palace guards echoed through the trees. They marched with cold iron and burning torches toward the moon tree. Luna stood shivering on a low branch, her starlight wings dimmed by terror. "I took nothing! Please!" she cried as the mob closed in. The guards drew their swords, the steel glinting cruelly. But before they could strike, Aurelia threw herself into the fray. She stood between the cowering fairy and the sharpened blades, her palms flat against the cold breastplates of the soldiers. "She is innocent!" she shouted, her voice commanding the entire forest to go silent. She knew words wouldn't be enough. Turning, she sprinted back toward the palace, her eyes scanning the ground for any sign of the truth. There, near the forbidden tower, she saw it, a faint, shimmering trail of golden dust that did not belong to the forest. She sprinted up the winding stone stairs, her breath hitching in her chest. She reached the heavy oak door of the tower and shoved it open with all her might. Inside the dim room, Lord Midas was hunched over an open chest, his face twisted in a greedy grin. The golden star jewel sat within, its light trapped in the darkness of his treachery. "Traitor!" Aurelia cried. She snatched the jewel and dashed to the throne room, slamming the heavy gem onto her father's desk with a resounding thud. The king stared at the jewel, then at the pale, sweating face of Midas, who had followed her in a panic. The truth was as clear as the gem itself. "Seize him," the king commanded. The guards dragged Midas away, his cries for mercy echoing down the hall. That night, the moon tree did not flicker. It pulsed with a soft, steady rhythm of peace. Luna landed gently on Aurelia's shoulder, her wings sparking with joy. "You trusted me when no one else would," the fairy whispered. Aurelia looked at the forest, then at the gold-leaf walls of her home. "True friends believe in what is hidden," she said, touching the fairy's wing. The kingdom remained golden, but the people changed. They learned that the truest wealth isn't found in the shine of a coin, but in the truth hidden within the shadows of the heart.